Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Leo for February, March 2022. So we're in the sign of Pisces already, and the element is water. So Pisces is ruled by the planet Neptune, so just be careful. It's a bit of a watery sort of planet. It can sort of distort things. It's a bit of a sometimes things can seem what they seem and what they are two different things. Also very intuitive it is. You Leos are in your 8th house, which represents money, intimacy, finances, inheritance, or settlements of some kind with involving money. So quite interesting, Leo, especially certain Leos I know Matt will be happy about that. Okay, Leo, so the energy around you is 5 of Pentacles. So just feeling a bit like standing out in the cold, or just standing on the outside looking in, I prefer to say. Just watching big changes coming through. Not, you know, probably you don't feel, maybe you're not feeling too much like other people or their issues and their dramas. So don't worry so much if you sort of have that influence this month, which this indicates. Just sort of keep to yourself and just watch things from a distance, because it's going to be a month of confrontations, but also we've got a new moon in Pisces, which is going to illuminate a lot of things too around what's going on. And Jupiter's there as well, which is in Pisces, so a lot of expansiveness going on. And we have the 6 of Cups as where you are at the moment. So this is all about people from the past coming back in, hearing from people from the past, and as we said about inheritance, this is sort of all that kind of stuff that just sort of glides back into your life, and it's quite, you may feel it's quite unexpected, but when you get this card here, the 6 of Cups, it's very much, it is exactly how it's meant to be. So don't worry so much. Cups, of course, is a water sign card, so it's all very emotional, very Piscean type of energy as well. So expect to hear from people, or you know, all those things, and sort of things going back to childhood too. It's very much a reminiscent card, Leo, so that's quite interesting as well. So that may it's looking like that will occupy a lot of your time in the next 4 weeks, so that's all good. Let's see what could even be old relationships resurfacing too, Leo, you know, from a long time ago. Let's see the influencing card, and that is the Chariot. So we have the Chariot, a big major card coming in saying victory is very much on at the end of this journey for you. The main theme of the Chariot is emotional discipline. So you've really got to sort of get places. It's also very much a travel card as well, so that might be on your mind, because I know in a lot of places, especially here in Australia, our borders are opened on Saturday or yesterday or today, so that very much is coming back into our lives, that with the possibility of being able to travel and plan for travelling maybe later in the year, maybe July, August, sometime around your birthday, but very much emotional, keeping the emotions very much disciplined this month to get to where you want to go. So we're projecting forward to, I'm thinking here, June, July can be very interesting for you, Leo, coming up for planning things that you want to happen then. So it's a good time for you to be, okay, this is what I'm planning for that. This is, I'm looking into the future, and this is what I want to be doing by June, July. Let's see the background of the situation, and we have the Queen of Cups. So very much, Queen of Cups is a water queen. She's very much a receiver. She sits back, she watches, She takes it all in, says very little. She's very intuitive. She's very much in her watery realm. She's very led by intuition there. So this was obviously coming through very strongly for you in late January, February time. We were in the sign of Aquarius. It was air, and it was quite a trying time for a lot of people. It was very much up in the air, so you had that very strong intuitive drive coming through there, Leo, which is really good because it was quite a bumpy ride for most people. Okay, so that's good, and that's also you sort of planning and going, okay, well, what's going to happen? Travel, well, where am I going to go? What do I want to do? What do I want to plan for? It's really gearing up for the year too. I feel, Leo, it's time for us to all start planning what we want to happen in 6 months' time. Recent influences, we have strong female independent energy coming through, so going really well there with work projects coming to completion, having done really well, having put a lot of effort and energy in, very earthed as well. Been keeping your eye on the prize, Leo, which is quite typical of you guys. Once you decide on doing something, you go for it and you really put in the effort and the hard yards. So there's no surprises there that you get that lovely card. So keep on keeping on with that one too, Leo, and it's looking really nice for you. But you indeed have put in the effort. The lesson you'll be learning in this next 4 weeks is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant very much talks about your own moral compass, what's right and what's wrong for you, and you feel it very strongly. It's a card, as we can see, it's a Pope-like figure, which is very much a religious type of figure, but that dwells within us, doesn't it? That we know what's right and wrong for us, and we know when we've made something that's wrong. We know, well, really shouldn't be doing that, but we'll do it, but you know that there will be consequences. So it's very much a time for just going with that flow and trusting your own moral compass of how to proceed. And it's very authoritarian as well, Leo, I might say. So, if you sort of, you have to do what's right in terms of the authority, so to speak. Sometimes we like to be rebellious, but when this card comes around, it really won't do you any good to sort of rebel against that energy. So coming up to the first week of March, which indeed will be the new moon in Pisces, so it's going to bring up, this time we have Jupiter in Pisces, that big expansive planet will be very much around, so use that for opportunities and expansion as well, Leo. And we have your beautiful card of the Sun, so literally seeing everything for what it is. There's no hiding with the Sun around. The Sun sort of exposes and illuminates whatever's going on, so you will get that. And especially with the new moon in that first week of March, you'll get to see really, okay, this is it, and especially on a global scale too, that we know that there's a lot of energy going on in Europe and places at the moment, so a lot of things are going to come to light in this time. But very much a healing energy too. It's your card, it's a Leo card, so use that to your best advantage. So we've got a lineup of 3 major cards, so it's looking like a lovely interesting time for you to really shine, Leo. Okay, what's happening that you're not realizing? And we have this King of Cups here, so this is obviously quite a male energy, a stuck energy, emotionally stuck energy. And it's sitting down there in what we're not realizing, so this may be some emotional issue with very much a male, could be your father, could be a male relative that is very close to you, that may be struggling a bit here with an emotional issue. And as we know, the males they're not like females, they don't talk about emotional stuff very much. They just get on. So sparing a thought for that, and that might come into very much into the spotlight for you. So be aware of that person or that kind of energy around you at this point for the next 4 weeks. They may need just a bit of cheering up, or a trip to the pub or something like that, just to bring them out, because it is Pisces energy. So it could be, for a lot of males, those kind of times of the year can be a bit full on and heavy, intense energy that males tend to not deal with like as females do. Let's see how others see you. The High Priestess, so keep your own counsel. Very much this is the card for Pisces. Oh my God, Leo, you've got all the big ones. So this is also could be old relationships from the past. Someone might re-emerge, or you might think about somebody from the past, a real old soulmate, twin flame kind of person that it's always been there. And it always will be there, and this is how people are looking at you. So this is quite interesting once again too. It may not manifest itself in the human sort of world, but it's very much an old, very much a soulmate connected energy there. So really go with your intuition this month, because it's going to be strong, especially when we have the High Priestess here in how others see you. So using that intuition and keeping things to yourself too. It's that kind of vibe too. We don't need to overshare that with anybody, because it's a very private kind of a card. What you're feeling positive about. Slow moving energy coming through, so don't be worried too much to be getting things moving at a fast pace this month. It will be on the slower side, which is quite good sometimes, because this one is good. He's loyal, he gets to where he needs to go. So, and it's the Virgo card, so very much about plodding along and getting things done properly, going with that flow there, planning also for things. And this is once again a male energy coming through, and that to different Leos will mean different things, but he's very much someone that you can depend on. So all those sort of themes come along with the Knight of Coins. Very dependable, very loyal, and in general, you'll just get to where you want to go, and everything will be done properly. Let's have a look at the outcome. And we have a bit of a rest coming up with the Four of Swords, so just observing. We are spectating, not participating, having a bit of a breather here at the end of the month. So I'm suggesting it might be intuitively, and in terms of it's a water sign, so there can be a lot going on emotionally. So you may just need to just cool your jets at the end of the month and have a bit of a break, because it looks like it's going to be quite full on one way or the other, with big planets like Jupiter around and Neptune distorting things. So just tread carefully, Leo. Nice looking reading, I feel. Let's see what your message is. Pure livelihood. Your work is to discover your world, and then with all your heart give yourself to it. So there you are. Just focus on working and just doing what you love doing, and just enjoying that, because we do spend most of our days at work, but it's also, there's so much more to work than what we sort of see on the surface, isn't there? So thank you very much for listening, and have a great 4 weeks.